best crypto channel ever. We are going to try our best to give you the most important news and novelty regarding topic. Please follow us. We will be uploading daily. Subscribe to our channel and do not miss out. Today we are going to talk about this new thing that most of the crypto enthusiasts are talking about, the Pi network. We are going to see how similar or different is this new product with the most popular and most expensive crypto out there, Bitcoin. This video will compare almost every aspect of Pi coin and Bitcoin. We are going to dive deep into the two cryptocurrencies and we are going to answer the most important question: can Bitcoin become the next Bitcoin? Of course, to think that some coin can become big as Bitcoin is a very ambitious goal. And there are lots of obstacles that needs to be passed. But there are some very odd similarities between these two coins. The first thing you should have on mind is that the concept of pick-away network is basically derived out of the Bitcoin. What is similar? The first idea of Bitcoin was to be decentralized currency that is going to be used for trading and everyday life. The creator of videos and imagined that people ain't going to use it for transactions for buying and selling goods and services. Just like the regular paper money, most of the experts are saying that the creator of Bitcoin did this because he or she had no trust in the financial institutions, especially from what we have saw after the crash of the market in 2008. In 2008, as you might know, the banks and the financial institutions refused to protect the people, the average user of their services. What is even more ironic is that the reason for the collapse of the economy were the banks, and after the crash, again, people's money was used to bail them out, that these events created a new era in a financial system around the world. These events created a new mindset in the people's psychology. And we think that from this point, people started to think on decentralized monetary system. This is how the Bitcoin was created and introduced to the public. And from that point on started all of this with the blockchain technology. Most of the people are agreeing that from that point, crypto get its popularity, and that it is just going to grow bigger and bigger. Given most of the people are believing that the cryptos are going to remain and grow. Some of the experts have the opinion that Bitcoin will not be able to stay at the first place. This might be because of the design of Bitcoin and its everyday use case. If this is true, and if really Bitcoin cannot hold on to the top, this is a good space for the Pi network or PIC coin. There are lots of things that Pi network or Pitcholine has, and there are lots of things that it can become. Bitcoin is what Bitcoin wanted to become. One of the things Bitcoin failed to become is inclusive or accessible to anybody. Mining the Bitcoin is a complicated process that requires a lot of knowledge for an average person. Also, mining Bitcoin requires a lot of resources. Mining Bitcoin requires a lot of computing power, and to have that you need a lot of money and knowledge to buy, connect and start mining. And when Bitcoin became bigger and bigger, it required bigger and bigger computing power, something that not everyone can afford. Now 87% of all Bitcoin are owned by 1% of the network. These people are become so big that they are making billions of dollars just from Bitcoin. In fact, if only 1% have the control of the network, is this really decentralized coin? The creators of the Pi network saw this as problem and they have created coins that can be mined from something that anyone possess their smartphones. Using your own mobile device. Now you can mine PIC coin from the Pi network. This can create system that is far fairer than the one of Bitcoin. This way the wealth is going to be evenly distributed between miners. This is done by using this stellar consensus protocol. This means that we are not mining Pitcholine directly from our phones. Instead, the network is using our phones just as a record for the developers. After a while the developers are going to be able to distribute PIC coins based on these records. This is a good way to use a lot less computing power and to bypass the complicated mining process. What is interesting is that anyone can increase its PIC coin reward by promoting the network because the network needs more and more users to work seemingly. The other problem of the Bitcoin is the scare factor. There are only 23 million Bitcoins in the network. This means that the price of Bitcoin is going to be, and now is as well, too high because of its limited number of coins. As we are making this video, the price of Bitcoin is $36.0 to $1. Imagine that one Bitcoin is more than $36. This means that none can use a single Bitcoin for buying stuff in the real world. Bitcoin can be used by some corporations to buy large purchases. The scarcity of Bitcoin is a lot of smaller than the one of Bitcoin. There is not exact number of how many PIC coins are out there, but some rough estimation is that there are around 83 billion of them. If you do some calculation, you will see that the reasonable price of a single PIC coin can and will be around a price of $1.71. This price is very similar to the price of Bitcoin that is forecasted by some websites. Nevertheless, the price of a single Bitcoin will not be as near as high as the price of single Bitcoin. This is going to make this cryptocurrency more usable in the real world. And if you really think about it, this coin can really become what Bitcoin wanted to become. Because for now, Bitcoin is not a medium for exchange, it is a store of value. It became something that people are buying and saving instead of spending. And that is not the goal of Bitcoin. We have to say that the price of Bitcoin might increase in near future, but that is not going to be as it was the case with Bitcoin. Single Bitcoin went from couple of cents to $50 in a year, and this cannot be the case with Bitcoin. The simple reason behind this is that there are a lot more Bitcoins than Bitcoins. Of course, price is determined by supply and demand. And none can exactly say how much a single Bitcoin can and will work. If we have in mind that there are cryptocurrencies out there that have much bigger supply than Bitcoin and they still have high price, this means that none can predict anything with a 100% of certainty, but every information on the topic can be valuable for the investors. We can also say that if the demand for Pi is growing, the price is going to go higher and higher. And seeing all the factors and indicators, we can say that the Pi will grow steadily over time. We saw a lot of cryptocurrencies over time that just died and disappeared. This is not going to happen with Bitcoin because it has a pretty strong network of supporters. What is unique about the Bitcoin is that it has the supporters prior to release. This is some kind of guarantee that the coin will survive the release and after. This also protects the Bitcoin to have the same destiny as Bitcoin. We have heard that in the early days, people are throwing their hard drives full of Bitcoin, or they were purchasing just pizza with a lot of coins. We know that back then there was no demand for cryptocurrency, and these kinds of reactions are understandable. Many of the people at that time were thinking that this is going to be a failed project like many others. This is why Pi Network continuously is promoting itself by users. Any new user will get more rewards if promote the network. And as we can see, so far, the network is growing from day to day, and more pioneers are entering. This is because of the promotion. And because of the trust this coin have among its users. The word-of-mouth system, that's one of the greatest ways to promote something and to stay in a stable growth. Without this system, Bitcoin will be just another cryptocurrency. Have in mind that the number of cryptocurrencies has come to more than 5,000. And if Bitcoin is not unique in so many ways, none will ever notice it. What we have now is that people are talking about it and already helping its mining process without the currency being released. Right now, the Pi network has more than 18 million official users. And if you download and install the app on your device, you can track its growth for a week. The users are probably going to be more than 20 million. This is far from the goal of 100 million users, but it has 5 to 10 million a week. So you can do the math. The developers announced that they will release Bitcoin as decentralized cryptocurrency by the end of the year. And as we saw earlier, this coin solves most of the problems that Bitcoin has. This coin might become the currency that we all need, and that is the decentralized cryptocurrency that can be used for everyday purchases, and not only for the ultra-expensive ones. We are not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You should not buy, sell, trade or invest in any asset based on what we say in these videos. You should know that investing carries extreme risks. You could lose your entire investment. This is not trading advice, and we are in no liable for any losses incurred. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel. We wish you a good luck.